What's good, y'all, man? We got Monarch in it, explain season 2 theories and Monsterverse connection, and we got hit with a bang. And yeah, Kong is in the movie. Not, I said movie, the show. We got hit with a bang at the finale. It was a short finale. Well, it wasn't that short. It was long, but it wasn't that long that I expected. I want to be like at least an hour. You know what I mean? Still, they hit it with a cliffhanger. They hit it with a cliffhanger at the end of the show. At the end of the show, they hit it with a cliffhanger. Like, we was like, who was that? It was motherfucking Kong. I was like, yes. I was happy. I was like, yes, Team Kong. And here's the winner. And then they said they was down there. We saw him down there. And they said what year? They said it been 2 years. So they in 2017 already. And it was just down there for a couple of days. Not even longer than that. And it's already been 2 years. That shit crazy how the world, you know what I mean? How that universe transferred to that's crazy. But anyway, man, like, and then, you know, that was a good moment when they saw his mom. Finally saw his mom, you know, still alive. That was a good movie though. Saw his son. That was a good moment right there. But anyway, man, good show, man. But they gonna make season 2. We're gonna see though. But I don't know. We got you know, speculation. But I hope they do though, man. Cause that was a good show. If you didn't watch it, go ahead and watch it on Apple TV. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let's see about this thing, man.
With Godzilla -1 and Apple's Monarch Atomic blasting its way through my heart, it's been one hell of a good year for Godzilla fans, and a reminder just how far we've come.
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of hot.
Monarch Legacy of the Monsters has been a bit of a big surprise for me, adding in this really cool element of time dilation, big monster battles, and a surprisingly emotional final episode. There's no doubt that the finale is the best of the season, and in this video we'll be going over all its mysteries.
I mean, the whole show was good, but yeah, finale always be the best. But no, the whole show was good though. Like the whole episode was good to me though. My opinion, was good.
How time works here, and what that ending could mean for season 2. So get in your capsules and smash that like and subscribe button, because here we go. The final episode begins in Axis Mundi, the name Dr. Keiko Miura gave to the realm in between our world, Earth, and the world of the Titans, Hollow Earth. We saw Hollow Earth in 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong, but this place is a blend between the two. Think of it like a pit stop between two places. Through millions of years, this place has sucked in elements from both worlds, creating a patchwork of flora and fauna that have developed into its own ecosystem.
Oh yeah, type shit, yeah.
Kate Randa, a descendant of Dr. Bill Randa, who we saw at the beginning of episode 1 and who died in 1973 while on Skull Island, was sucked into a portal at an abandoned nuclear reactor in Kazakhstan. These portals connect our world to Axis Mundi and then to the Hollow Earth, but access to them is only possible when the energy around them has been stabilized. In episode 9, General Puckett explains the presence of a Titan can do this, allowing humans to travel through them safely. But harnessing a Titan is a completely different matter. Luckily, Dr. Suzuki developed what's known as a gamma emitter, which sends out massive gamma rays which attract Titans to it, allowing Monarch crew members to trail behind the Titans in these metal capsules into the worlds beyond. Both Kate and Keiko, however, didn't get here in the safety of one of these capsules. They made it without any protection whatsoever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, true.
Proving that travel between realms is possible without the need for elaborate ships, capsules, or vehicles. But what Keiko doesn't know is that Kate is her granddaughter from 56 years in the future. That's because time works differently in Axis Mundi.
Yeah, dude, though, it's like her day is like, she said 57 days, but here on the Earth is like, you know, up top, it's like a lot of years.
Does up top. Now the show plays fast and loose with how much time passes in our world for every day that passes in Axis Mundi. So I've created this chart to give us a better idea of how things
okay, yeah, chart, okay.
Keiko left our world in 1959, and when Kate arrived in Axis Mundi, it was 2015.
Yeah.
Keiko says she spent roughly 57 days alone here. Thus, we can conclude that for Keiko, 1 day in Axis Mundi equals about 1 year in our world. Now let's take a look at Lee Shaw, who arrived in Axis Mundi in 1962 and came back to Earth in 1982. He says he was in Axis for about a week. Thus, for Lee, 1 day in Axis was about 3 years on Earth.
Oh, he got it down pat, the calculation and everything.
Finally, there's Kate and May. They arrived in Axis in 2015 and re-emerge up top in 2017. Now, we don't have an official number, but I estimate that they were in Axis Mundi for about 8 hours. If my math is correct, 1 day in Axis Mundi would be 6 years up top for Kate and May. But since they were only here for 8 hours, it works out to 2 years. Now, you'll see that there's a discrepancy. There isn't a consistent 1 day equals 1 year kind of thing going on here. This could be because time continually changes here. It warps and shifts, and honestly, this is probably the easiest answer because it allows the writers some leeway, see what I did there, in shaping their story. Speaking of Lee, we get this emotional reunion between him and Keiko, although he's 56 years older than the last time these two saw each other.
Yeah.
He and Keiko were once in love. That was before she started a life with Bill Randa. In episode 6, Lee risked losing all of Monarch's funding just so that he could be with Keiko, and from that moment on, Keiko knew Lee would always put her before anything else. Thus, things kind of come full circle when he'll later sacrifice himself so that she can live. But more on that and whether he's actually dead in a bit.
I don't think so. He dead though. Hey, y'all think he dead? Let me know in the comment below. Y'all think he dead or not? I don't think he dead though.
With the arrival of Lee, we get some of the most emotional scenes in the entire season. And holy shit, imagine finding out all at once that your husband died, your son.
Oh yeah, I'm wrong. I'm bad. Alright. I'll eat my food a little quick.
Son is all grown up, and this grown-ass woman is your granddaughter. It's more dramatic than an episode of Maury. We get to see Keiko's encampment where she spent the last several weeks, spending most of her time reconfiguring the gamma emitter that was left behind when Lee arrived in 1962.
Oh yeah, a long time,
We can
yeah.
calculate that she found this emitter roughly 10 days or more after arriving at Axis Mundi. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of time for all of them to catch up, as Lee has an idea to get them back to Earth. Lee fills Keiko in on some of the things she's missed, but don't worry, she'll be back just in time for COVID. Lee's harebrained scheme involves using the capsule from 1962 to make their way back to present day. Luckily, down here, it's only been a few weeks since the capsule was left behind and thus still has enough juice to power up. This allows them to turn on the gamma emitter to lure a Titan from the Hollow Earth, which theoretically should allow them to travel back. But Keiko says she is staying behind. The world she would go back to isn't hers. Her husband is dead, her son grew up without knowing her, and she doesn't want to risk ruining his life again. But it's Kate who convinces her
Yeah, Kate was like,
need her. And as she agrees and the gang is ready to go, we get the appearance of a Titan known as the LAWTWIZ Dragon, named after the naval ship Bill Randa served on that became the nesting ground for this creature in the Philippines. As Bill Randa recalls, it killed all his crew members and he was the only one to survive. All these Titans appear to be a threat to humanity, especially Godzilla, who, after G-Day, became a massive threat, with places like Tokyo constructing makeshift Titan bunkers and evacuation routes. But Lee believes Godzilla isn't a threat, that he is actually a protector, and we'll see this come into play.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did protect them.
Godzilla fights off the LAWTWIZ Dragon as they make their escape. This is a departure from Godzilla -1, where Godzilla is definitely the bad guy. During one of the dragon's attacks, a cable connecting the emitter to its power source is disconnected, and thus Lee ventures out into the chaos to put it back together. As the capsule is sucked into the portal, he knows that there's too much weight, and that he must sacrifice himself if the others are to live. So he lets go, his last words being a thank you. And I love the juxtaposition of Kazakhstan 1959 in
the same pose from
here, where we can see the two of them holding on to each other. This time it's Lee who lets go. But is he gone for good? Considering Keiko survived,
I don't think so, man. Unless he got hit hard on the ground. I don't think so, man.
down here, it's entirely possible. First, he didn't necessarily fall from a huge height, so there's that. He'd then have to survive the energy blast, which is also not impossible. But then there's the question of what does he do from here? If you look really closely, the emitter, which Keiko used to send signals topside, rips off just before taking off. We'll also see the capsule arrive in the year 2017 with no emitter attached to it. Theoretically, it's still down there with Lee.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is a power source, and considering this place is filled with weird upside-down lightning blasts, maybe he can make something work. We also know the laws of physics act differently down in Axis Mundi, so there's a lot of potential for finding ways to have him come back. But what if Lee made his way through that portal anyway? It's totally possible that if he let go, he'd get sucked up too, considering his weight is far less than this giant capsule which got sucked up. This then raises the question, where did he go? Or when did he go? Or did he get to the Hollow Earth itself? It hasn't really been explained in the show how to get to the Hollow Earth. We've only made it halfway there.
Yeah, halfway.
Now, when May, Kate, and Keiko arrive in their present day, which they find out is 2 years later in the year 2017, members of Apex Cybernetics are already waiting for them, including Kentaro and Hiroshi. Like Kate, Kentaro has had a very tumultuous relationship with his father, who kept a secret second family in America and fled off to Alaska, abandoning them. In the final episode, we do get some answers as to his motivation. He wanted to draw out a Titan to prove these networks of gateways leading to the worlds of the Titans exist. He wanted to prove that his mother and father were right. If he can do this, perhaps he can prevent another G-Day, and if that meant abandoning his family to save the world, it was a sacrifice he was willing to make. Hiroshi believes that humanity and the Titans can coexist, which makes it all the more interesting that he and Kentaro end up allying themselves with Apex Cybernetics. This is the company that in Godzilla vs. Kong aims to control Titans and imprison them, basically making them humanity's slaves. That hardly sounds like a peaceful coexistence. Now, the events of Godzilla vs. Kong, in which Apex uses Neuralink technology to control a Mechagodzilla to kill the real Godzilla, take place 7 years after Kate and May arrive topside. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen in between this time period that the Monarch writers can play with. It was Hiroshi's math that led Apex to know where Kate, May, and Keiko would emerge, and check out this spherical device that almost looks as though it's either stabilizing or controlling some beam into the
into the port. Yeah, it's like this, like like a connection or something.
Or
I don't know.
Could it be some sort of new version of the gamma emitter or something else entirely? Perhaps a way to control these portals. In Godzilla vs. Kong, we know that there's eventually technology that allows humans to travel to and from the Hollow Earth. So maybe this is
yeah, true.
a precursor to that. And after 58 years, Keiko is reunited with her son Hiroshi, who is technically older than her now and also gets to meet her second grandchild, Kentaro. But the presence of Brenda Holland here, the executive of Applied Experimental Technologies, is of serious concern to May. May used to work for Brenda and exposed that AET was conducting cruel scientific experiments on animals. At the end of episode 7, we learn that Brenda made some sort of deal with Apex Cybernetics, thus bringing her into the fold with Hiroshi and Kentaro, who are now working for them. An alarm siren goes off as May asks Brenda what the hell is going on, to which she replies,
"Only everything I ever promised you."
Brenda told May that together they would change the world, so this is likely what's happening. As we pull out of the hangar, we see that we're at Apex's research station.
Yeah, X-Pod Skull. I saw it, but I ain't like think of it. They in Skull Island with Kong at.
On Skull Island, the home of Kong. And Brenda doesn't seem too concerned that this giant beast is only a few hundred meters away. Perhaps Apex has some sort of way to deal with him. I also found it odd that there's this random red helicopter here.
Yeah, I'm about to
Seems
say
like a
that.
very distinct choice. It's important to note that Monarch also has 2 outposts on Skull Island, Outpost 33 and 236. These were put in place to watch Kong and ensure the protection of the island. So it looks like Season 2 is going to have a big showdown between Apex and Monarch, with Skull Island as the potential battleground. But now I turn it over to you. What did you think of Monarch Season 1? I want to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Nah, it was good. Season 1 was good. I give it a 8 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10 though. 8 out of 10 of Season 1. Season 2, all they make Season 2 though. But let's see the comment. I feel like Monarch did a way better job with humans than other Monsterverse movies did. Was bomb. Yeah, nice breakdown, man. Yeah. Betting that Season 2 is happening. I'm betting that Season 2 is happening. I was Season 2 happening too, though. You know what I mean? But, yeah, though, man. But, gotta see what Season 2 happening, man. We gotta see. But, I'm excited. You know what I mean? Everybody excited. So hey man, but hey, like it up, so let me know what y'all think in the comment down below. And yeah, let me know what y'all think. 8 out of 10 for the show, man. It was a good show. I fuck with it. Yeah, alright.